So the question was, Remes the Shacha Yud based on the Rishon, the Remes to that. He said, Ritzon Aloma Sha'adam Rishon. The Konis, he says, was B'Shah Shtayim Esri. He was actually punished at the 12th hour. So we're trying to get at the idea of what the number 12 means, because we said that that was the hour of, in that amount of time, all the Churban takes place. So it goes against their out of a Rishon. He says, Ba'amar Rabbi Yochanan, Ba'chanina, Shtaim Esri Shavus Havechayom, so there was 12 hours in the day. Shah Rishon Chutzbach Afro, so this is talking about the punishment of Avarifo. He gathered together the dust that I guess Hashem said. Shni Naasa Goylim, then he made so like of a body, like a what was that, like a dummy body. Shlishis Nimt Levarov, so he stretched out his arms or his legs, his whatever it was, he unfolded himself. Revius Nizrakah Babel Neshama, so was thrown into him in Neshama. He says Nizrakah, it could also mean poured into him. Chamish's Ahmed al Raglov, he stood up. Shish's Karashemos, he called the different names of the animals. Shaviz Nizdav Galo Chava, so that he had yichud with Chava. Shmini's all of the Meter Shnaim V'Yarda Arba, so it sounds apparently that after living with his wife, then he gave birth to children. To Shiz Nisnava Shadol the Achel Mina Elam, so then he was commanded not to eat from the tree. A serious Sarach, but he rebelled. Achas Esrei 11, the Nida is judged, and Shteim Esrei Nitrad, so they pushed him out, B'cholochlo, and he went on his way. Shnei Eber Adam Beker Bal Yalim. Bikar, I guess even Beker is left in Yakar, so he's not going to be able to dwell in his glory. He's going to get kicked out. And all the punishment that came then. And that's the concept of the 12, is I guess it's like the eye for an eye type of idea. I looked at this other one, and I didn't get a chance to. I just got in. I'm back in Florida last night. I got in. So I didn't get really a chance to look at this next one. You may know this. So let's see. I don't. It says Bir Vav is another explanation of how it is, because we had in the previous explanations the concept of 6 got in there also. And I wanted to make a comment. I don't know if I said this to you before, but in learning the Sharuch HaKodesh, they get over there in the Dai and try to understand what the Dai is saying. And I went over it, like we spent a year trying to go through some of these. That actually, I think it's like a little patchki, like the notes that you have from the Daya, either are, somebody copied them poorly, and so therefore the periods are in the wrong place, or they're fragments of different ideas, and that's kind of, we see this over here too. They're fragments of different opinions. So he said, Bir Vav is a Reva Ferish Talmud, Khan. The tracer shati heim vav kitzvais. It actually is a 6. So the malachim shenishbro. Okay, so let's go back over here and see this a little bit. Shehem yud beis kefulos, which is a double 6. Vav dekurim vav nukvin. There's 6 male, 6 female. He said b'shah sheish kitzvos mashpiyim. So when they're pouring out or streaming out, they're going outwards or giving. Haim dechurim, that's male of b'shasha mekablim shefach ein nukvim, and this is true in general all the time. Varikan yud beisitim, so we said there's 12 different times. Shehem tracer shasi. So then he brings this pasuk or this idea. He's a near this dice of the farish, but masha amet betracer shasa. So he said that I near shehavav kitzvos hine hema besod osios bagad kafas. Now, what's with this? Is these are double letters? The double letters that we see in I don't know. We saw it in the Sifra Yetzirah, and I don't have much to say about it right. That's Hey Makablim Dagash Varafe. So I guess these are 6 letters that are a Dagish Varafe, because those are Tamim. So I'm not sure exactly what that means. Shehem Yud Basic. Go ahead.
The dot in the word.
Let's see. I mixed something.
It's not the tamim. It's you put a dot in the word.
Oh, the dot in the word. Yeah, isn't that a tam? No.
Nothing to do with it's how you pronounce the word, the letter, base or base.
Okay, so what does it actually? Let's read the words. He says so he's tied to this idea of giving and receiving to these words, right? So he says hine hema besod osios, these letters, which are the double letters. Shehim makablim, and then each one of them receives a dot, or this rafe. Shehim yud beisid. Go ahead.
Either a dot or not a dot.
Okay, so a dagesh or a rafe, which is a non-dot.
Yeah.
Okay, so this stuff I don't really know this material. Okay, so but that's nice. So let's see what did he say? He says that these 6 letters, right, which are doubled, they either receive a dot or they don't receive a dot. Shehem Yud Beis Itim, and they stand for 12 different times. Ki Kishemakabla Meshepim Lamala Az Degushin. So when they're receiving Shefa, then you have this idea of a dot that fits into them. That's the reception. Being la, but they're not Hem Rafoim. So then they're going to be without dots. So they're empty. I guess I'm not sure what exactly Rafoim means here. Maybe weak. But I'm the eating the crime zacharim. So there's times when they call male, but the eating the crime the cables. Now this goes on with the one that he said that we were talking about the 12 hours of the day and the 12 hours of the night, which is a kasha that they had, and does that make 24? And he came to the answer that they make 12, because he said they're really only 12, and they're actually a day and night part of the 12. One is giving, one is receiving. It's the same idea here. But so a little bit, then they call male. So this, let's go back. This is what broke. But let's remember that it wasn't just 6. It was 6, male and female. The call echad, so the da betrays shati ad kan, and that's where we got that idea. So I'm going to stop that right there, and that's it for the tzniuta, because we have this big piece that I want to spend some time